Hello Darts Nuts, welcome to Darts Review channel. And here he is, the main star himself, Rocky. Are you falling asleep, Rock? He's just gone 15 years old. Not sure exactly when it was. Him and his brother Ozzy, my sister has his brother. And we thought they were born around about the end of November, beginning December. But we're not sure exactly what date it was, but it's pretty much now. So he's 15 years old and he's certainly looking his age now. I think he's got dementia and he's just not very with it, are you, Rock? And he's a bit frail. But anyway, for his birthday, I've got these, the Rocky Main Star Limited Edition darts. Now, there's 100 sets available to buy, but there's quite a long story behind these. I've actually had them for quite some time. I think I might have to put you down, Rock, because my arm's starting to ache. Are you all right? What? You want to go back to your bed, do you? You can't be bothered, All right then. I'll put him down and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so that's Rocky nice and safely in his bed. He just has to kip. That's all he does most of the time now. And when I go for a walk, I'm usually carrying him most of the way anyway. But he's definitely got some kind of neurological issue because his legs are not very strong and he keeps wandering around the house in circles, getting stuck in things. But he's, like I say, 15 years old now. But anyway, the story behind the darts, like I said, I've actually had the darts made probably, I don't know, must be well over a year ago now when I got them made. But if you've got a really good memory, you will remember that in my community tab, I put a picture up of the first prototype, and I think the first time I had a go with them, I think I hit a 180 on my 4th or 5th go, something like that. So I'll show you them. But I also got 2 other prototypes made. That was another one I got made, and again I'll show you that in a better close-up. And that was kind of like the final prototype, which is the one that I'm selling. But I got them all made from different manufacturers, and I went with the last one because the idea behind the darts originally was a bit of a fun joke. People used to say, where's Rocky's darts? When's he getting his own darts and all that? But there was a guy called, I forgot his name now, Dan something, and he was making a computer game, and he asked me what darts did I want for this game because he was going to make some Darts Review channel darts. So I said, oh, why don't you make the Rocky darts? And I'll put a picture up on the screen. And that game that he was making was going to be to help people to learn their out shots and things, but I don't think he ever got around to completing it, and I don't know what's happened to him. I sent him a message some time ago and never got a reply, so I don't really know what's become of that. But I'll give you a little bit of a sneak look at what that was. I'll put some pictures up on the screen. It looked like it was going to be a good game, that as well. So it's a pity he never finished that. But anyway, out of that came these Rocky darts. Now, like I said, there's 100 sets available to buy, and each one has its own little limited edition Rocky set of darts. I've got the stems on the desk at the moment, and you also get a little Rocky bone shaped enamel badge, and you get 3 sets of the Rocky flights and obviously the Rocky barrels. So all that will be available on my site, www.dartsreviewchannelshop.com, for £65, and hopefully I'll get that sorted as soon as I've got this video uploaded. Now, anybody in Canada who wants a set, you might have to contact me first because Royal Mail have suspended deliveries to Canada because of the Canadian postal strike. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The only other way I could do it is from another courier, and it'd probably be a little bit more expensive. So if you want a set and you're in Canada, you'll have to contact me and let me know, because there's no point in me putting that on the site if I can't use Royal Mail. And it will depend on the person's choice, because I think it'll be probably around 20 quid or something like that to post. So you'll have to let me know, but I'll put all the countries in as usual on the site. I haven't worked out all the prices for them, but I should imagine it'll be about the same as it was for the Weavers, maybe a little bit more. But the darts themselves are £65, and it's been a long, hard road getting this together. I had so much trouble getting the boxes, and you wouldn't believe it. When I got the boxes, they'd put a spelling mistake on it, so that's why it's took so long. And eventually I got everything sorted, so I think it's turned out quite nice in the end. So I'll give you a close look at them, and I'll put all the information up in the description of where you can buy them. So let's check them out. Right, so as I said, it's only 100 sets available to buy. The 23 gram only in steel tip, and the 90% tungsten, and the retail for £65. Right, so as you can see, there's the box, but before I go into the details with the box, I'll just show you the prototype darts that I had. I say prototypes, I mean they would have been the actual darts, but I think these ones made by Q-Sol, and I've used these quite a lot. I think I actually got 2 sets, but I don't know where the other one is. But the problem is it would have cost me more to buy them from Q-Sol, because the price was just too much, and I would have had to sell the darts for probably maybe 100 quid or something like that, and I didn't want to be selling it as much as that. But like I say, I've used them quite a bit, and it is quite a nice feeling dart. And this particular one, I've not even used it. As you can see, it still looks really new, and that's got a nice bronze coating on. But these were made by Skipjack, and they didn't really do a good job on the bones, I didn't think, so I didn't go with them. And lastly, these ones were made by Caliburn Darts, and I thought they did a much better job overall, and it was also closer to what my idea was on the original design. But these came with these points, which I thought might have been fun because they kind of look like a bone shaped point, and I was going to go with them, but it was going to add an extra 7 or 8 quid onto the price per set, and I thought, yeah, I tried to keep the price down as much as I could. And the problem is, I thought, is people might want to use their own length points, so in the end I just went with a standard black point, as you will see, and then people can decide what kind of points that they want. But there's the box. It's a rigid card box, and the spelling mistake was on the limited edition part, so the way we overcame that was we got these little bone shapes on, and instead of having to redo all the boxes, we put that over the top, and I think it actually worked out rather well with the bones, and it was better than it looked before, I think. So there we are. But you've got a little tab there, so you just pull that, and like I say, it's a rigid box, so kind of like a luxury box, and you wouldn't believe the prices that I got asked for some of the boxes. One guy in the UK was going to charge me 25 quid per box, which is ridiculous, and I think these cost me about 6 quid with all of the posting in that. And anyway, each one will come with a little Rocky gold credit card telling you the edition number. You get the set of in-between nylon stems. You get 3 sets of the flights, so there's 9 flights in there, as you can see, and you get the little Rocky enamel pin badge. So that's what you get. So what I'll do now is I'll explain the darts in detail. Right, just in case you want a closer look, there's the enamel badge, done in a style of a gravy bone Rocky, the main star, and it's got the 2 little pins on the back there. So it's a really good enamel badge, and they weren't cheap either because I only got 100 made, so a limited edition badge as well. Now this is the barrel, and as I mentioned, I got them fitted with normal points because I think it's easier for people to just change to whatever point that they prefer. But like I said, I was trying to keep the cost down as well. And it's a kind of a torpedo style, and obviously a gentle front weight. It's not massively front weighted. It's more or less the same width to about there, and then it starts a gentle taper, but this little bit here is a little bit wider than that. And as you can see, it's got the bones, again representing the gravy bones, and it's got a bronze silica coating on, but it's also got a very gentle sandblasted finish, so it's got that kind of nice dry matte feel, and it's a very fine kind of a micro shark grip, so it's not too grippy, but it's not slippy either, and it's probably just above medium level grip there. But obviously the rest of the barrel, it's a little bit mixed because you've only got the bones there, the large bones, some gold coloured stars there, and then a smooth part. But it is a limited edition, so it's not specifically meant to be as an all-rounders dart, but I think mostly for front grippers. But mid grippers might be okay as well, but if you're a rear gripper and you don't need a lot of grip, then you might be alright as well. But there you go, and that's the in-between stems and the Rocky Bone main star flights, standard shape for them, and that's the full setup. Right, so as you can see, it's got a slightly tapered bull nose, and then you've got the main part of the barrel, which is this bronze silica titanium coated section with the bones etched into it, gravy bones. That's why it's that kind of browny colour, and it's got a very fine kind of micro shark grip. See if I can get it into focus on the edges there. Wait a second, where are we? There you go. So you can see the edges there, like little, it's like a micro shark grip, I think, but it's got a very gentle sandblasted finish as well, so that adds a little bit of texture and grip. So that's the gravy bone shark bronze silica grip. And then as you move along, you've got the big gravy bones which are milled into the barrel, and again with that deep browny bronze coating. And then on the rear you've got the etched or milled stars with the gold paint, and then the very end of the barrel you've got the Rocky name. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Rocky main star darts. Darts fit with a black coat 30mm point. You've got a smooth tapered bull nose, that's 5mm, and then the main part of the grip, the bronze silica bone and micro shark grip, 18mm for that. And then the rest of the barrel is made up of the large etched or milled gravy bones and the milled gold stars, and that's 22mm for all that. Total length 45mm, widest 6.9mm. Right, I'm obviously testing the weight here, but I've already done all that and tried to match them all up as best I can. I think they're nearly all within 500ths of a gram of each other, so we'll see what these ones are, because I can't remember. They all got mixed up. 23.26, 23.25, and 23.27, so like I say, they should all be within 500ths of a gram, and the full setup 25 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. As mentioned earlier in the video, I think it's just slightly above medium for the grippy parts, so probably 6 at most. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. That's in the treble. That's not. Oh, and that definitely isn't. But it is a front weighted style, which obviously I designed because that's what I like. Oh, there's another treble. There's another one. Oh! And I didn't make it massively grippy because I thought, that doesn't always appeal to everyone, but it's still got a nice feel to that kind of micro shark grip, and the sandblasted finish just gives it that nice dry matte feel, so it does feel nice on that part of the barrel. There's another treble. But yeah, it flows nice from the front. So just for the sake of trying it, I'll try the mid part and then I'll try the rear section. So I guess the mid section, you kind of like half on the big bone and half on that little bone micro shark grip. Oh, my elbow. That one went all right. So obviously there's less grip there because it's more for show, that section with the bones and the stars, but there may be somebody who wants to throw it from there. But yeah, I definitely prefer the front. So again, for the sake of trying it, I'm going to throw where the gold stars are. Oop. Now I'm kicking it up in the air from there, so that was a bit better. Might take a few goes to get the feel of the release point. Doing it again. I'll get the hang of it. One more try. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily a rear or mid gripper's dart. Like I say, it was made for front grippers anyway. It's a bit better. Oh, they all went smooth through the air there, but not in the right place. But like I say, probably not for mid and rear grippers, simply because there's not much grip there. But it will work if you do like that style of dart and you don't need grip. But definitely a nice one for front grippers. And it's whether or not you want to play with it. It was done just really as a kind of a jokey thing. Obviously with Rocky being the main star of the channel, and lots of people were asking for his darts before. Well, there you go. You can buy them now. So like I said at the start, I'll put up in the description the links to the shop. The darts are £65. There's 100 sets for sale, and that will be it. There won't be any more after that. Like I said, I got 2 samples made and I got a spare one that came as a bonus. So that is the one that I'm using actually. And that's it. So I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a better look at them, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.